Hey guys, how's it going? So I have major breaking news regarding this whole slew of Michigan gun control that seemed imminent, but there's crazy stuff going on today. First of all, though, if you're new to the channel, welcome. It's good to have you here. And for everybody, make sure you share this video as soon as you possibly can. This is going to be a call to action to get a hold of all of your Michigan representatives and senators, like literally right now. So here's the deal. There's no voting today in the Michigan House of Representatives. They could not reach a quorum. Now, if you've been watching my videos recently, go back and check it out. Crazy gun control, literally getting steamrolled through in this lame duck session. But we have a chance. I'm not saying we're out of the woods yet. Stay tuned to this channel. Make sure you're subscribed with your notifications on, because we're not out of the woods yet. But this is major breaking awesome news. So if you remember, last Friday, the Republicans walked out of session, did not return to Lansing. As of today, which is Wednesday, the 18th, they are still refusing to come to session. And there's also a twist. There's a Democrat representative named Whitsett. Representative Karen Whitsett is also refusing to come. Now, she's not a proponent of the Second Amendment, from what I understand. She has other issues with session, the stuff the speaker's not putting on the agenda, but at the same time she's helping to keep a lack of a quorum in the House. So first of all, every Republican has stood strong. They're holding the line. You need to get a hold of all of your representatives, especially the Republicans right now, letting them know you do not want them to go back to Lansing at all for the rest of this session. If they can hold out, okay, and none of the Republicans return. And also, this Democrat, Representative Whitsett, does not return to Lansing. There will be no quorum, because you have to have greater than 50% of the members present in attendance, checked in on the board. They do a roll call vote. If they don't have the majority present, they cannot vote on anything whatsoever, thus stopping gun control. So we want to encourage Whitsett to not show up, regardless of her reasons why. It's literally stopping gun control. And then as well as every single Republican in the House caucus. So as of right now, look, they could decide to ink a deal, and I hope they don't. But here's the thing. I've been talking to representatives today. I see no indication that the Republicans are inking any such deal right now with the Democrats, and it's up to all of you to make sure that they don't do that by public pressure from their constituents. But as of right now, Leader Matt Hall and every single Republican are still refusing to go to Lansing. This after being threatened by Dana Nessel with alleged misdemeanors. So let me show you real quick what's going on here. And also, here's the official session calendar. Today's the 18th. The 19th of December is the last day of session. They have been adjourned today due to lack of a quorum until noon tomorrow, which is the 19th. If they don't show up again, they won't have a quorum and they won't be able to do session. However, from what I understand, they can add session days that are not published on this calendar from now, and they can stay into session technically all the way up until 11:59 p.m. and 59 seconds on January 31st. The second that clock were to strike midnight January 1st, it would be over with. This session would be over. The incoming session, where the Republicans have taken control of the House, would then be in effect, and there's nothing the Democrats could do to shove this through. Now, there is a lot of misconceptions on how all of this works and how a bill becomes a law. Stay tuned. I'm going to do a video clearing all that up for you guys, because I think it's important information. But let's get on and show you the breaking news here. So I'm going to transition over to, this was just a little while ago, about 3 hours ago today. So they started session at noon. Well, they tried to start session at like 10 a.m. And you can see the board here. There's just not enough members for them to have a quorum present. Notably, you'll see in white, meaning these are members that have not voted, that they're in attendance. So they are not there, in other words. We would note all of the Republicans are missing. They're all in white. But go over here to the right-hand column, we see Whitsett. That's the Democrat. With that 2-seat majority, if one Democrat refuses to show up to the House floor, refuses to be in attendance, there cannot be a session. So it's not that they skipped session today. There was no session today due to lack of a quorum. which means no voting in the House. I would also note that Senator Santana, a Democrat, no friend of the Second Amendment at all, just to make that clear, was not there today in the Senate, making the Senate not able to reach a quorum. But we're going to focus on the House because that's our best chance of stopping all this gun control, literally because, hopefully, if everyone can hold the line, there being no more voting till the end of the year. So there's that. Now I'm just going to fast forward a little bit through this video so you can kind of see what's going on here. So they're going through. They're trying to get enough members in the chamber to vote. We can see here an empty House floor. All right. Now this is going to look opposite because the camera's from an opposite standpoint you normally see it. But the right side of the aisle, completely empty. The Republicans are gone. They've not been in Lansing that I know of since last Friday. We're just kind of skipping through here. You can see a few Democrats. Now Democrats are coming out of their chamber. I'm just giving you guys a real quick time lapse. Fast forwarding through. We see Democrats on the left side of the aisle. They're trying to get the attendance board back up again. Still not able to reach a quorum at this point. Democrat caucus call. Last ditch effort. I'm assuming, I'm just guessing, trying to get Whitsett somehow to come to Lansing so they can reach that quorum. Now, if the Democrats do reach the quorum, the Republicans not being there still slows it down a ton, and I've shown evidence of that on previous live streams. So no matter what, get a hold of those reps, like literally today. Keep getting a hold of them until New Year's Eve, right? Now we're going to come a little bit further. Now we see the clerks of the House. So the Democrats, a lot of them have already started to leave. They've realized they're just not going to get it. And then the clerk just gets up there and says, being lack of a quorum, the session stands adjourned until December 19th at 12 p.m. Now we're going to come over here real quick to X. Make sure you're following me on X, as well as make sure you give Andrew Fink a follow. So Nessel comes out earlier. This is the Attorney General, okay? You guys know this is no friend of the Second Amendment, and in my opinion, no friend of the Constitution or the state of Michigan whatsoever. And she says Article 4 of the Michigan Constitution defines the role of the legislature and how it is to be constituted. The chief purpose of the legislature are to enact new laws and amend or repeal existing laws. Now she's going to cite criminal statute, literally threatening a crime on these Republicans and one Democrat. They're potentially right now under the threat of arrest, guys. That's why we need to have their back and give them the confidence and the support from we the people that they need to stand strong and make a good decision here. She says, MCL 750.478, when any duty is or shall be enjoined by law upon any public officer or upon any person holding any public trust or employment, every willful neglect to perform such duty, where no special provision shall have been made for the punishment of such delinquency, constitutes a misdemeanor punishable by imprisonment for not more than 1 year or a fine of not more than $1,000. What Rep. Whitsett and the Michigan House Republicans have chosen to do is literally criminal. Now, this is Michigan Representative Andrew Fink, who's an attorney. He ran for the Supreme Court. He says if any member is charged by A.G. Nessel under this statute for not attending when a call of the House has not even been issued, I will defend the case pro bono. And then he goes on with tons of good information here where he's giving his legal analysis. A.G. Nessel says, the Article 4 of the Michigan Constitution says that the chief purpose of the legislature are to adopt, amend, and repeal laws, and that any legislator not doing those things is literally criminal. She's wrong. He goes through and gives all of his constitutional reasonings here. I definitely recommend you guys go over to X and read all of the stuff that Representative Andrew Fink is posting. There's also a pretty cool reply from Michigan Representative Mike Harris, if you go back to Nessel's original tweet. So I'll share that on my Twitter as well. I'll try to share some of the Fink stuff so you guys can get to it a little bit easier. Look, there's several reasons why Republicans as a caucus are not showing up. Karen Whitsett has her own reasons for not showing up. And by the way, Whitsett's reasons have nothing to do with the Second Amendment whatsoever. But I will tell you guys this. I just got off the phone with Michigan Representative Jamie Thompson, And one of the primary reasons she's not in Lansing, she's speaking for herself personally, is to protect and defend the Second Amendment, knowing that her not being there, they're not able to reach this quorum. And this is a way to defend the Second Amendment right now while simply not letting them vote on any of these bills. If they can't vote on the bills, they can't pass the bills. The clock is running out. Hopefully tomorrow is the last day of session and they can't reach a quorum again. We will have no more Michigan gun control passing this session. However, the Democrats most likely, almost certainly, have a trick up their sleeve. Will probably try to figure out a way, this is just in my opinion, to add different extra session dates. They're probably trying to strike a deal as we speak. We've heard the governor come and speak out. We've heard Speaker Tate come out and say, well, he's offering to put one of these major bills up the Republicans want. I think it's a bluff. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him. I wouldn't trust any of these Democrats right now. And I urge you to contact your representatives, your Michigan representatives. Look, it's this simple. Type in Michigan House of Representatives. And then also separately type in Michigan Senate. There's going to be a spot right on their homepage where you can find your state representative or senator just by putting your address in there. You can also look at the whole legislative body, and one by one you can call any or all of them that you want to. That's your right as a citizen to reach out and talk to your legislatures. So if you don't want them to return to session, meaning if it stays like it is right now, no quorum, no session, no votes, I urge you to tell them that. Don't take it for granted. They're getting pressured from certain sides to make a deal. I have no indications that they're making such a deal. I want to emphasize that again. Anything's always possible, though, in Lansing. So let's hope that they cannot reach a quorum, cannot go back into session, and all of this Michigan gun control for this session right now will be gone for the time being. The Second Amendment's always going to be under attack, obviously. So we can never give up this fight, and we are not done with this year yet. But I wanted to give you guys this awesome breaking news. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and let me know that you're getting a hold of these legislators, urging the Republicans to stay home, and urging the Representative Whitsett to stay home, if that's what you would like them to do. And I hope that you would, because I do not want them showing up. And check out my Twitter, because, look, I'm not a lawyer, but Representative Fink, his legal analysis of the Constitution is what I agree with rather than what Nutzel's saying. And I personally, this is just my personal opinion, don't think that she can do anything to them. But you never know. One of them could be getting cold feet. I've not heard that yet, but we need to watch. And this is an evolving story, so stay tuned. All right, thanks for watching, and have a good one.